scale that sort of took out the dinosaurs, but we did call it a sort of a city killer or a city crusher, because it could take out a large city. And so, with an asteroid like that, the size is important, but as it comes through the Earth's atmosphere, it builds up a shock wave, and that can cause much more devastation as well.
It's a shame you can't pick which city, isn't it? Sometimes. Sorry, carry on.
It's not a very fluffy name as well, is it? City Crusher.
Oh, yeah.
City Crusher, no.
But I think it would cause major devastation. Yeah. But it was quite interesting following the story and seeing how, as scientists, we were actually sort of looking at this asteroid. It sort of appeared, I won't say from nowhere, but sometimes we can't see asteroids because they're coming in from towards the sun, and the sun dazzles everything. But then as we looked and watched its trajectory, its movements, we realised that it's not going to hit Earth. And so the probability went up and then went back down again.
Gosh.
And now we think it's most likely about a 4% likelihood of hitting the moon. But the thing is, with these, even though it went up to about a 3%, just over 3%, the problem is that's a 3% probability, which is pretty low, but the impact and the devastation it can cause, that's the challenge. And so people do try and work out what we can do if an asteroid like that is coming near us.
So, so say it was, right, and let's hope, I mean, this would be billions of years in the future.
Yes.
What are the options, Maggie?
Okay. Yes. Well, we do have a few options, and we've been doing this for quite some time. And so there were telescopes around the world trained on the night skies looking at sort of potential threats and looking at their trajectories, working out if they're coming towards Earth. When we do spot something that we think is coming towards Earth, we have a sort of battalion of things we can do. And so there's a number of things, but one of the things we can do is there's something called a gravity tractor. It sounds weird, but it is an object with a lot of mass, and it will sit quite close to the asteroid.
Right.
And if we can get the asteroid soon enough, then what we can do is the gravity of this gravity tractor will deflect the asteroid. So rather than heading towards Earth, the gravity will pull it towards the gravity tractor, and it will miss Earth. Cool. But the key is picking these things up early enough. But of course, there is the sort of, as shown in Armageddon, sort of the nuke option, which isn't always the best option to go for, because sometimes you sort of blow up the asteroid and you just got lots of fragments.
And then you got, smaller asteroids.
Yes, and also a bigger impact area.
Could it blow the moon off course? I'm worried about that now.
Yes, and the moon should be fine. As a lunatic, I'm saying we're fine. Because although it is... the moon is peppered with sort of strikes from its past, and it would take an awful lot to actually knock it off its trajectory, so it's OK.
I'm so glad I came, I really am.
Well, Gareth, wait for it, because...
And your mother-in-law.
Talking of the moon and asteroids, you've brought in this
Yes.
piece of the solar system.
Yes. So not just a piece of the solar system. I define myself as a self-certified lunatic because I absolutely love the moon. And I got it from my father. He used to see the moon when he was cycling across Africa, and it was his friend, and it's my friend. And my daughter and I go out and howl at the moon sometimes.
Look, now...
So this is a piece of the moon.
I'm amazed that we were allowed to hold this. Look at it, it's beautiful. Can they have a feel, do you
please.
think?
Actually, I want to hold it.
Who wants to go first?
You touch it first, Gareth.
Go on. There you
And
are.
so that's a real bit of the moon.
This is the moon. And so, actually, you can see one side is very smooth, and that's where they've polished it. But if you look at the other side, this is the side where it actually sort of fell through the Earth's atmosphere. And the atmosphere makes it really hot, so you can see it's sort of melted over the surface. But you can see all the details on the inside. And so, if I pass it on...
And Maggie, whilst Joel and Gareth are having a feel of the moon,
Yes.
it's an exciting time for scientists, right? Because
It
they've
is.
taken on a new exciting challenge.
Yes. And so, yes...
Sorry. Am I the only one to say, how much is this? Is this expensive?
It would be very expensive. But the thing is, that piece of... Sorry.
Sorry, I know, I'm really excited.
That piece of the moon, so an asteroid or comet hit the moon's surface, threw that out off the moon's surface as ejector, and then it landed on Earth as a meteorite. And so that's why it's all burnt up on the surface.
Incredible.
Isn't it amazing?
But
so
people
beautiful.
can actually touch this themselves.
Take away from it.
Because there's an exhibition at the Natural History Museum.
History Museum.
I think starting on the 15th of May, where they can touch this, a bit of Mars, and also a bit of asteroid. But hold it for themselves. So.
Wow. Yeah. Well, there we are. The Sky at Night is on tonight, 10 o'clock on BBC4. And if you want to get your hands on a piece of the moon, as Maggie said, it's at London's Natural History Museum from the 16th of May as part of the Could Life Exist Beyond Earth exhibition. There'll be a queue, won't there?
There is going to
My
be.
goodness.
Jeez. Amazing.
OK, still to come, Gareth is going to be telling us about coaching a choir of new singers to perform Handel's Messiah at Landolph Cathedral this Easter. I apologise for my accent.
No, it's great.
Sorry.
But before then, here's award-winning saxophonist Yolanda Brown on how one school is paving the way for musical success.
Piano's helped me because before I used to have loads of anger issues, but when you play on the piano, it calms you down. It makes you feel at peace.
Now in Year 8, Anmol is busy practicing for her big school concert, despite never having had lessons until last year, something her parents are incredibly proud of.
I never had the opportunity to do it. Now she can carry my dream forward, basically.
I'm so proud of my daughter.
Having music lessons at school was a real highlight for me. A chance to be creative and set me up for a life as a professional musician. Here in the West Midlands, something wonderful is happening, giving many school children the chance to learn music.
Anmol is a student at Shireland CBSO Academy.